Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yazz'n and you're watching Yazz'n It Up, and today I created this makeup look, very patriotic. We got the red, white, and blue today, and I did this using all drugstore makeup. So I have NYX Cosmetics, Maybelline, Wet n Wild, all the good stuff. You can get all of this at Walmart, Target, and the drugstore section at Ulta. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this patriotic look, just keep on watching. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I'm so sorry if you can hear people mowing their lawns outside. I was waiting because my dad was mowing ours, and then of course someone right after started to mow theirs. So if you hear that in the background, I do apologize, but we are barefaced. I went ahead and cleansed my face and I put on a little face oil just to moisturize. So I always start out with the eyes, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom y'all in and we'll go ahead and start with the eye makeup. All right, so we are nice and zoomed in. So to prime my eyelids, I'm gonna go ahead and take my concealer that I'm using today. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. I used to have this a while ago and then I recently just repurchased it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this to prime my eyelids today. Just a little dab. All right, and then I'm just gonna take my fingers and blend this out just so we have a nice base for our bright eyeshadows that we're doing today. And I believe this concealer is like $6 or $7, super affordable. You can get Maybelline literally anywhere. And then I'm gonna go ahead and with this Wet n Wild single. This is in the shade Creme Brulee. This is actually in my project pan at the moment, so we can see some major pan going on. This is just a matte base, nice and cream colored as you can see, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a brush and set this. That way it is nice and set, so when we blend out our eyeshadows, they just blend out seamlessly. So we don't want the cream stopping me from blending out my crease or the outer corner. So I'm gonna take a bunch of this and set it so it's nice and matte so we can do some very patriotic eyelid colors. Alrighty, so now that is all set, so we're gonna go ahead and move into the eyeshadow. So the palette that I am using today is from NYX. This is the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette, and this is the Brights version. They do have a couple other ones like this, but this is my go-to bright palette. Drugstore and high-end, I absolutely love this guy. You literally get all the shades in the rainbow. I absolutely love this. So it literally has every color you basically need. So obviously we're going for the more patriotic look today, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and start in the crease. I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually start with this lighter green shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a very fluffy brush. That way we can go ahead and start building up the color in the crease. This is the Wet n Wild brush. I actually picked this up at the Dollar Tree, and these are my favorite blending brushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and with that light shade, and obviously you can use any palette that you have. So basically this look is achievable whether you're doing high-end palettes or if you're doing drugstore palettes. You basically just want to go for a lighter blue shade, and you're gonna go ahead and start building that up in your crease. This is just the palette I chose because I'm doing all drugstore today. And you can do windshield wiper motions, you could do circular motions. I always end up doing both of them. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this in real good, just blow it out and make it nice and seamless. So what are your plans for the 4th of July? Make sure you leave me a comment down below. Let me know what y'all are doing, if you guys had a picnic, a barbecue. I know we're probably gonna be doing a little barbecue moment. My dad absolutely loves grilling. There we go. That is all you need, nice and light, real in the crease, blown out, fully blended out. So this is the first step to this patriotic look. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Alrighty, so I just finished the other eye. Now this is looking a little minty right now because of the lighter blue shade, but I promise it'll look very patriotic at the end. So I finished this other eye. So you're just gonna set this brush aside because you're probably gonna need this later on for more blending. So next I'm gonna go ahead in my palette and I'm gonna be taking this blue shade right here. This is probably the one that we're gonna put on the outer corner because we want a nice vibrant blue. We don't want like a dark navy blue. If that's what you want to do, feel free to, but I want like a very punchy blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice packer brush and dip into this blue, and I'm just gonna start packing this on the outer part of my eye right here. And you're just gonna keep on building this up until you like the opacity of this. And I want mine to very bright, very vibrant and pop in. So I'm gonna be here a little bit packing this on, which is totally fine. And this NYX palette is so blendable, so pigmented. I absolutely love this palette. And I pick this one over my higher end colorful palette sometimes too. It is just so good. And I'm about taking this to the middle of my eye, this color here. Because the one that we're going to be putting in the inner corner, it'll overlap it. So it's okay if it's not totally even and down the middle of your eye. You just want to keep on packing this in. And once you like the way it looks, I'm going to go ahead and take the fluffier brush, lightly dip it in the color that we were previously doing in the crease, and just blend it because you don't want any harsh lines on the outer part. So I'm just lightly going back and forth and in circular motions, blending the two colors together. So I'm doing it very light-handed, and that's it. And now I'm going to go right back in to my blue shade and build that color right back up nice and gently. That way we don't ruin the blending that we just did, and just pack that on in the outer corner. And you just keep doing this process until you like it the way it is. So it's fully blended out and you like the blue that you see on the outer part of your eye. So I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my other eye real quick. Alrighty, so now that I have both eyes done, and another thing, this is why we do our eyeshadow first, because I have a lot of fallout underneath my eyes from the blue shades. If it's high-end or it's from the drugstore, I always get fallout, which is 99% of the time. I always do my eyelids first. So now that we have our blue shades, we're gonna go ahead and add our white. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this palette for now. And the first step that I'm gonna be doing is taking this Wet n Wild trio. This is Walking on Eggshells. This is real old school, but you only just need a basic white shade. You could do a cream color. This is just the base of it. So this isn't really going to be shown towards the end, so it doesn't really matter how bright or how pigmented it is, because this is just the base. So this top color here, I'm going to go ahead and just use my finger, and I'm going to be putting this on the inner part of my eye. So right here from the inner corner till about halfway, you basically just want to meet that blue, that darker blue that you put there. And as you can see, it's already starting to come together, but we're going to be putting on that white glitter anyway. So about halfway. And if your white shade that you're using is so pigmented and bright and white that you like it after you put it on, you don't have to do the next step. I'm going to be putting on a white glitter. You absolutely don't have to do this. You could do this with a highlighter, like a ColourPop single shadow. I know they have some very pigmented, very cream toned, like whiter shades. You can stop at that point. So now that we have our base color on, I'm going to go ahead and grab my glitter glue. The glitter glue that I always use, this is the NYX Cosmetics Glitter Primer. So I'm just going to take a crumb size of this just because it's a smaller portion of my eye. And I'm going to cover all the white that I just put on my eye, all of that white eyeshadow. So I'm taking it about halfway. And the glitter that I'm using is also from NYX. I don't think that they make these roll-on glitters anymore, but they do have loose glitters that you can purchase from NYX. And those ones work just as fine. Like I have a couple here. This one is, I have a red and blue one as well. So this is the NYX Face and Body Glitter. I know these ones are still for sale, but these ones are a little older. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this and roll it on my eyes very lightly, and then I'm just gonna use my finger and start blending it out and going back and forth. So it's not even like a pure white glitter, it's like a silvery white glitter, and this is in the shade Platinum. So if you can still find these, I don't know where they sell them, but I haven't been able to find them in the stores, but if you can find them, grab them because they're amazing. So I'm taking this a little past halfway because I'm going to go back with my blue shade and I'm going to blend it out anyway. So it doesn't matter how far you go. And then I'm going to take the brush that I was using before and just dab. Don't like wipe, I'm just dabbing lightly and overlapping the glitter and the blue. That way it doesn't look like, you know, two different eyeshadow shades, like this half is white, this half is blue. You want them to be blended out together, and that's it. And this is what we have for the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other one, and I'm actually gonna put on liquid eyeliner, and then I'll be right back so we can finish up the rest of the face. I am so sorry if you can hear the background noise. It's real irritating. Someone over here is mowing their lawn, someone's using a leaf blower over there. I can't win. But I went ahead and finished the eye look. So I went ahead and used, this is the Wet n Wild's liquid eyeliner, and I have mine in the shade black. I went ahead and put on some wings, and then I put my first coat of mascara on. This is the Rimmel Scandal Eyes Wow Wings. So I applied my first coat of mascara. I'll be putting on another coat on later, but that's it for the eyes for now. The red will come in on the lower lash line a little bit later, but I need to go ahead and move forward on with my face before I could do my lower lash line. So the primer that I'm going to be using today, this is the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. This is the matte version because it's 4th of July. We're outside in the picnic. It's probably very sunny and we need it to be mattified. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my fingers in this and apply this to my face because we want our makeup lasting all day during all the family activities. And I get super oily in my T-zone, which is why I'm hitting them very hard right now with this. And I'm just gonna rub this in, and it doesn't really give you a white cast. It is a very white primer, and it does look white on your face when you put it on, and it makes your face look lighter, but once you put your foundation on, you can't really see the white cast afterwards. But now that we press that into the skin, we're gonna go ahead with foundation. I have two options for y'all today. This is my ultimate favorite one. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Golden Beige. This is the original one. They did come out with a dewy version. If you guys have dry skin, I would recommend the dewy version, but this one is my favorite because I have oily skin. And another one that's very good, this is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Foundation. This one is very good. I do get a little oily with this one after a very long day, and especially since we're probably going to be being in the sun, I'm going to go ahead and shoot for this Wet n Wild one. And I have my Real Techniques wet sponge here that I'm going to go ahead and use. So I do this section by section. I'll do one cheek and then the other, and then I'll do the middle of my face because for some reason this one dries down very quick. So then I'm just going to go ahead and start blending this out. And this one has been my favorite for the longest time. It does have like a paint smell, but it's $5 and it lasts on my skin so long. I have super oily skin, and you can build this up to a medium or to full coverage. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of building up today. That way we have a nice flawless finish. Alright, so this is what one layer looks like. You're more than welcome just to stop here, but I can still see some of my freckles and some of my redness peeking through. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more in certain sections and blend this out as well. If you're more comfortable using concealer, you can also use concealer to build up coverage. So now that we have that build up, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Maybelline concealer and just do a little bit underneath my eyes. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. Okay, I'm sorry if it looks different. I just had to change out the battery, but I just finished blending out the concealer underneath my eye, and I'm going in with my two favorite powders. Both of these are from Rimmel London. These are the Stay Matte Mattifying Powders. This is the loose version and this is the pressed version. I mix both of these together, but I mostly use the loose version because, like I said, I have oily skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump some of this on the lid, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my sponge and dip into this powder, and I'm gonna start with my T-zone, which is where I get the most oily. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the chin and just press this powder into my skin and into the foundation so it fully sets. My nose is probably where I get the most oiliest. I'm gonna go ahead and hit all the way up to my lower lash line. That way my concealer sets. Now that I pressed in powder on my T-zone, I still have some powder left in the cap, and I'm also going to be taking some of the pressed powder. So I'm taking this very dense and fluffy. It's like fluffy, but it's also dense at the same time. This is from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to go ahead and swirl it in the pressed one and lightly tap into the loose one, and then I'm just going to set the rest of my face with this and just press. I don't like swiping because sometimes it moves the foundation underneath. I just press this into my skin. If you have dry skin, you don't have to do this step, especially with the loose powder. I would just lightly set it because, you know, hopefully 4th of July it's going to be nice and sunny and hot where you are, so you want to set it just a little bit. So you could just swipe some pressed powder on your face. All right, and now my face is fully set. Alrighty, so next step I'm going to go ahead and do is my eyebrows. I usually save this till the end of my makeup routine, but I feel like I look like an alien with no eyebrows on. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this with a pencil in the beginning. If you guys have not seen, I do have a eyebrow tutorial that I believe is going up before this video. If you guys want to see me go in full detail on how I do my eyebrow routine. For some reason, a lot of people when I go out, they're constantly looking at my eyebrows and complimenting me on them. I mean, I'll take the compliment, but it's just a weird thing. They ask me if I get them tattooed on or if I have them professionally done every day. That one was the weirdest question from a customer. She was like, you get your eyebrows done every morning? And I was like, no, I do them myself. So she was real shocked about that. So you guys can go ahead and watch that video if you'd like. And by the time you guys are seeing this video, I will officially be a graduate on June 30th. I hopefully will have graduated. Escoffier is the school that I go to, and I would have gotten my diploma in pastry arts. So basically at the moment, I just have to do an externship. I'm filming this in June, so I'm pre-filming this, but at the moment I have to do 150 hours of time in a bakery, and it just worked out because I work in a bakery, so I get paid to do it. But I'm in the back working with the baker and some of the frosters, and I'm just getting my hours in from my school, because you have to have hours in order to graduate. So that's the only thing that's holding me back right now. So if I'm able to fulfill my hours, I will be a graduate on June 30th, and I'll be a pastry chef, I guess is what you call it. So now that my eyebrows are done, nice and thick the way I like them, let's go ahead and finish the eyes actually. So this is the part we're going to be adding in the red. We already have the blue and white. So the eyeliner that I'm using is actually a liquid one. I don't have a pencil red eyeliner, so I'm just using this one. This is the NYX Vivid Brights, and this is the red one. So I'm just gonna lightly and carefully go underneath my eye. You don't have to do this at all. If you want to just go in straight with a red eyeshadow, you're more than welcome to, but I feel better when I have an eyeliner first. So I'm gonna carefully draw the red underneath my eye. There has been so many times where I've been putting on eyeliner and I got an eyeliner right on my contact lens. So that's the worst. Okay, nice and light. Y'all can barely see it, but I can see it. So that's just a base, and I'll build it up with more red eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Alrighty. And I know this palette, it doesn't have a bright red. It has a darker red in here, which is what I'm going to be using. But I know the Modern Renaissance by ABH has really great reds in it. If you guys aren't doing just drugstore makeup, you guys can use that palette if you have it. But I'm just going in with another layer of my mascara. That way I can curl my lashes after this. And going in with this red shade up here, and I'm going to be going in with a tight little brush, so that way I can just rub right up against my lower lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and pack this brush up, and make sure you tap off the excess, because then you're going to have fallout, red fallout all under your eye, and it's just going to be real rough. So lightly just back and forth without getting any eyeshadow in your eye, of course, and tap off that excess. Awesome. And there you go. You can drag it as far down as you'd like. I don't like to drag mine down super far because it makes me look a little rough. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the other eye and apply mascara on the lower lash line. And then we'll go ahead and finish the face up. Alrighty, so I finished the eyes, and I ended up getting eyeshadow in my eyes, so now my eyes are bugging out. But I finished the eyeshadow. I went ahead and applied the red eyeshadow underneath, and I applied some mascara and some inner corner highlight. So the great thing about this look is that you can switch colors. If you want the red in the outer corner and the blue on the bottom, you're more than welcome to, as long as you have all three shades, red, white, and blue. We're gonna go ahead and finish this look. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my cheeks with some blush. This is the Milani blush in Luminoso. And I just smile and I press this right in. I don't always use bronzer. If you'd like to, Physicians Formula has the butter bronzer. If you're going for a drugstore option, I have that one. That one is very good. And I love this Luminoso shade because it has luminosity in it. It's not a matte flat blush, because I like a little sheen and shimmer in my blushes as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press this in on my cheeks, and I'm gonna go ahead and with highlight. So The highlighter that I'm using today is from Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Glow highlighter in Blossom Glow. So I'm going to spray my face first with this Milani Make It Last setting spray. I love the way this smells, just so I can wet my face and then my highlight will be that much more poppin'. This setting spray smells like Juicy Couture perfume. If you don't like scents, you're not gonna like this at all, but it makes my makeup last all day. It smells amazing to me and I love it, and it's like $9 maybe, and then your highlight just comes out that much more poppin'. Alrighty, we're looking good. And that is the last step to this Drugstore 4th of July makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. You're more than welcome to add a lip color to this look. I definitely would recommend this one here. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. These wear off so good, but I know I'm gonna be grubbing on some burgers and hot dogs, so there's no point in me putting on lipstick because it's just gonna wear off. But these wear off really good. They stay on, they're matte, and they're super comfortable, so this is really good. This is just a nude shade. They come in a whole bunch of different shades. If you want to hit it with a red bright lip, they also have that as well. So if you guys recreated this look or you did a patriotic look on 4th of July, make sure you tag me on Instagram. And I also have a Instagram for my business. It's called Treats by Yazz'n, if you guys want to follow me on there. And also my Snapchat is listed down below for y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. There's a little bell next to it that you can click on to get notified when I upload new videos. I hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July and have a great day.